Hello and welcome back to our values class. Today we will continue to talk and discuss about the worldviews. Now if you look at my video, let's take a look at the video right now. Alright, so worldviews and religion. And on the previous lesson, we talked about the anchor text, which is, since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities. And what are the two qualities that we are talking about here? His eternal power and His divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that we as humans, we are without any excuse. In other words, we cannot say that, you know what, I don't think there is a God. Because according to Romans 1:20, when you look at the things around you, look at nature, look at the universe, look at even the human body, look at all these things, somehow they speak loudly about a creator. All right? And that is what this is talking about. Now, one of the important things that, as we talked about, the five senses, if you remember the five senses that we talked about, through which we try to figure out what is real, what is truth out there, using the five senses. But in this class, as I told you, when we talk about faith, you can't always use your senses to know everything. There are so many things that every religion talks about that is hard to believe. It's not scientific at all. And therefore, you may need a sixth sense. A sixth sense. What do you think that could be? Well, here's what I think is our sixth sense. And that is, again, clearly said by Paul again in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Look at the definition. What is faith? Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, something that you hope for, something that you think is going to happen, the evidence of things not seen. Did you see that, what he says there? So it is the substance of things we hope for, the evidence of things not seen, and yet we cannot see it, we cannot prove it. And this is what is called faith. Now, we will be talking about what is blind faith and all that. But today, we just keep this in mind, is that when it comes to the studies of belief and religion, you need to have the five sense, but beyond that, you need to have the sixth sense, and that is faith. All right? And I like it the way Paul talks about faith, and that is, I believe in something, but I cannot show it to you right now. I believe in something, I strongly believe, I have a conviction, I believe it, but I'm sorry, I cannot show you the evidence, concrete evidence, and that is called faith. All right? We'll talk about that a little more as we go on. Moving on to the next slide, we talked about already the definition of a worldview, and even I asked you, what is a worldview? The way you see the world around you, that is called a worldview. And we also talked about that, how many worldviews are there today? There could be as many worldviews as there are people on this planet. 7.2 billion worldviews out there. Well, do you think we have time to learn all those 7 billion worldviews? No way, all right? So, we will actually learn today in our lesson from a short video clip by Mr. Ty Gibson, and he will tell you what is a worldview, and you will be able to answer a few of these questions. Take a look at the slide here. define faith according to Hebrews 11:1, which I already talked about a while ago. We believe something real even when we don't see it. All right, and that is called faith. I know that my wife is there. She's faithful to me and she's working hard. I know that even though I can't see it right now, but I know that. That knowing is that faith I have on my wife. Or it could be as simple as the chair. Even before you ask any question to the chair, you right away sit on the chair. Why? Because you have faith. You know that chair will be able to take your weight, right? Those are what we call faith. You know without even a proof, without even seeing it, you know it is possible. Now, the next two questions that you see over here, what is a paradigm or paradigma in Greek? Explain. You will understand that a little more as you watch the video by Ty Gibson. And as you watch the video, you will notice that there is this list and briefly explain the 6 paradigms that was discussed by Ty in his video. All right, you got to list them down, all 6 of them, list them down, and then write at least one sentence, okay? Just one sentence. I'm not asking you to write a paragraph. No, not at this moment, okay? Just one sentence as to what does that paradigm mean, all right? So you can understand what Ty Gibson is trying to say through those paradigms. So give just one sentence explanation to each of those 6 paradigms. All right, moving on to the next slide. We have a few more questions, and that is, which worldview presented in the video appeals to you and why? Now, you saw the 6 worldviews that Ty Gibson presented. Out of the 6, which one to you, personally, to you, seems to be, I like that worldview. I think that worldview is less scary, less demanding, or whatever the reason may be. Tell me which out of the 6 appealed to you. You liked it. And finally for today, what is your personal worldview or paradigm? So now you have gotten an idea of what is a paradigm and what is a worldview. You got some clues, some ideas from Ty Gibson. Now let's try to formulate that and see if you can come up with your own worldview. All right? So what would be your personal worldview? Please list them or please write it down in a paragraph form. Now, I know you did write a worldview earlier. Now, the reason I'm asking you this again, just to see if maybe you have shifted your worldview a little bit after listening to Ty Gibson. Maybe you have changed your mind a little bit. So write up your worldview again this time. If it's the same as the other one, fine. It could be the same. But if you think you got some ideas and you would like to rewrite it, go ahead, do that. You will find these questions and the video link in our Google Classroom. So as you go to today's work, you will see that there is a link for the video and also there is a Google Docs with these questions already there. So please watch the video. Feel free to pause so you can type out and list them down and explain. All right? So that's our simple lesson and activity for today. All right? So go ahead, start, and don't forget to turn in the Google Doc. A lot of you forget to click the turn in button. All right? Please turn in so that you can receive a grade. And also remember to do it within the class period, okay? I follow the bell, even though you can't hear the bell, but I hope you have the timetable with you. Please follow the timetable. Plus, Google Classroom will tell you when it is due. The time is given there. So make sure you submit at least 1 minute before the due time, because once it is marked late, points could be deducted. All right? Points could be deducted. So try your level best to submit on time. All right, go ahead, and I will see you again in our next video. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.